Salutations, Sentinels, and welcome back to Natsu AOW. In today's video, we are covering Awakening materials, and we are going to talk about the ways to get them and which ways are more efficient, and basically the difference between the two different types of each Awakening material. So, basically, if you go to your inventory to other, if you have any S-Class commanders, you may not, but the Seed of Elf. There's two different types. There's the Seed of Elf. There's a lower class, and then there's just a higher class Awakening materials. Seed of Elf, Deuterium Water, and Cinnabars. These are for commanders that are class B and down to D. And then Flower of Life, Trideated Ice, and Gassing Oil Alloys are for A class and S class up commanders. Now, two things about this, or one thing about this, you can farm, you can collect magazines if you directly use these. So if you press this use button right here, you get 5 magazines for the lower class Awakening materials. Now, if you do it for the Flower of Life, the Deuterium or Trideated Ice, and Gassing Alloys, I do not recommend this because this is much harder to get than the lower class ones. But they do give you 10 magazines, which, like I said, is not worth it. I would only recommend using these ones for magazines when you have over 1,000, because it takes 300 to 400 Awakening materials to awaken your B through D commanders up to 600%. So I would keep that in mind when you are going to use them for magazines. All right. And let me show you about this. I closed out the other one, but okay. So D class commanders, when they get to S class, right? And once they get to S class, and you keep releasing them after they are already S class, that's when you start to get these materials. So natural D commanders gives you 1 Awakening material. Natural C gives you 2, and Natural B gives you 4. These are the lower class Awakening materials. Now, for the A class commanders and S class commanders, these are the higher class Awakening materials. Like I said, very much harder to get. For A class, when you get to S class, it gives you 3 of each material, and S class, every time you release an S class, it gives you 4. Now, I wrote down the best ways to get these commanders, basically because I've been doing a lot of releasing, and these are typically a lot of the commanders I see when I'm doing releases. So that's why I put them in here. But I would recommend that you keep all of your A and S class commanders and never eat them, especially if you don't have a budget for this game. If you can't spend any money on this game, I would definitely make sure not to eat your A and S class commanders, because they are very hard to get again. And it's better to keep them, because then you could, over time, start building up those higher class Awakening materials. Now, for your D through B class commanders, when I would eat those commanders is only during an added leadership event, and if they have 3600 leadership. If they don't have 3600 leadership, because that's where it caps out at 60%, I would not eat them. I would actually just save them to keep collecting more and more Awakening materials. And that's the only time I would eat commanders, period. Now, a secret, it's not really a secret, but a very easy way to collect these higher class materials is to do faction quests. You don't have to do faction quests. You can, upgrade it with cosmic crystals. I know a lot of people do that. But if you release Stella, Yuri, or Rayman from the factions, when you get to Revered, you can keep releasing them over and over again until they are S class. And so over time, you can just keep releasing them and get several awakening materials every time you release them. And definitely during events, if you're definitely going for awakening materials, I would you take advantage of faction class releases, because that way you get a higher chance of releasing Stella, Yuri, or Rayman during these events, and that way you build up more and more of those awakening materials. There is also a ×2 B release. So every time you do a release 10, you have the chance of getting 2 B, or I think it's guaranteed chance to get 2 B class commanders. So definitely then I would also take advantage of those release events. But yeah, the only other way to get these awakening materials is from the Time and Space Merchant. Now the only thing about it is it only gives you 1 material per whatever you have to pay. So it's 1 Flower of Life for 1,500 gold. It's actually one any material. So gasoline, oil, or tritiated ice. The upper class materials are either 1,500 gold. I actually have it right here. Let me. Oh man, I wish it was much easier. Time and Space Merchant Store, just right here. I'll just do this real quick because I don't feel like keep pulling up by accident. But yes, right here. So Flower of Life is 60,000 metacrystals and 450,000 cash, or 1,500 gold. That is for all 3 of the upper class materials. So if you see them for 600,000 metacrystals or 450,000 cash, you should get that, because those are basically free resources that you're using to buy these with. And I highly recommend you get them if you are definitely going for awakening materials. I have another Walker material down here just to show you. See, 1,500 for the tritiated ice. So yeah. All right. Well, this is a short video, and I hope this helps you guys out. If it did, please leave a like, share it to your friends, share it to your noob friends, your experienced friends, or that casual friend that you see once in a while. But yeah, this is my 3rd time recording this video now, because I keep forgetting some things and all that stuff. But hey, that's just what YouTube is, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, you guys have yourselves a wonderful time and enjoy this video. All right, peace.